You're listening to the Packernet Podcast Network.
Actually, it's the lead play in our offense. We ask our YN or a tight end to open up somewhere between 6 feet and 9 feet, get an isolation with the linebacker. Tell the tackle to take the defensive end if he's over him. If he's not, to drive down on the first man to his inside. If the YN has the linebacker taken out, he cuts inside. If the YN has the linebacker in, he comes all the way around. If you look at this play, what we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here, and try to run this play in the alley.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome into Packers Total Access. My name is Clayton. You can check us out on Packernet.com. Find me on Twitter at Packers_access. Joined alongside Tim live in Green Bay. We got Jacob also in Wisconsin. Here to talk a little Packers tonight. And I think what we're going to do is just take a few moments and break down the Packers-Lions game from Week 4 of last year at Lambeau Field. Some people go, well, I'll catch you on the next show. That's totally cool. I can respect that. But how we doing tonight, fellas?
Doing all right, man. I see we got the beard here. What's up, Jacob? I think you're on mute, brother.
I came in at the very last second here, clearly. Made it under the wire. I did it. I made it.
We started a touch early, so, yeah. All good, man. All good. Good to see you, buddy. Did you get a chance to go out on the property today?
No, some stuff happened. No, I didn't, but I did get to enjoy the day off. I will say that. It's beautiful out. I don't know about you, Tim, but it is perfect. Like perfect.
Yeah, we got some rain here in Green Bay, but it was nice most of the afternoon until the rain rolled through. But no, we're doing good. Not bad.
We got a few tornadoes in the area down here. We're just hanging out, sipping coffee, and just watching the show. You know what I mean?
Another day in Appalachia, right?
Exactly. As they always say, if one of those things get down in these mountains, it ain't getting back out. That's what they always say. So here we are. But before we dive into this tape here, guys, we're just going to watch the highlight reel, like I said, of the Packers-Lions Week 4. The goal is to kind of get a refresher on what happened last year. We've done it now with the first 3 games. Obviously, the win at Chicago. You go to Atlanta and you lose a tough one down there. You come back to New Orleans. Jordan Love gets his first win at Lambeau Field in come from behind fashion, which was awesome. And then, of course, we got Detroit coming into Lambeau. Now, I think this was Thursday Night Football, if I remember correctly. And Tim, you were in the house, right? Am I thinking right?
Yes, I was.
Yeah. Anything you want to add before we jump into the tape here, man?
Nothing I can say on the air. No. About that game, no. Yeah. You know what, though? The NFC North is more interesting this way, I think, when it's competitive. Well, I'll just put it that way. You know, we're going to look at this game and we're going to cringe a lot, but we have a lot to look forward with the battles here. I mean, it's clearly going to be Green Bay and Detroit battling it out here for the North, with Minnesota and Chicago bringing up the bottom end of the division. So, I'm excited we can relive hell one more time. And, sometimes you got to go through hell to get to heaven, right? So we'll do this. But yeah, I was there Thursday Night Football. I remember this game vividly.
Yeah. And, it started off pretty good. I remember that opening drive.
Boy, Rudy
Ford. Like, let's go, baby. Let's get it. And the wheels just fell off from there. But Jacob, you got anything, bub? Anything at all before we jump into it here?
I mean, no. What I was thinking, what I should do is watch these games before we highlight them. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do any extra work. I'm going to just enjoy it or not enjoy it as it comes. Yeah. I mean, honestly, because my fatal flaw as a fan is that I don't rewatch games because I live the moment so hard in the moment that I'm like, I can't do this again.
I'm exhausted.
Literally, I'm like emotionally exhausted. But I do, when I look back at it, it really does help. It really does.
And I know shout out to Prince in the chat. Highlights in quotes.
Right. Lowlights. That's
highlights.
So, anyways, I'm excited to watch, even though I know it's going to break my heart into pieces. So.
Yeah, I do want to highlight this comment here real quick. Eric Sutherland says, God bless those brave folks who gave the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom, gone but never forgotten. So thank you to obviously anyone who continues to serve today, but obviously this weekend, and I think more specifically tomorrow, is about those who made the ultimate sacrifice, giving their life in the line of duty. And man, what a blessing. What a blessing. It's definitely something that's what they call grace. What is it? Unearned merit, right? Unearned favor, however you want to word it. That's exactly what it is. So
all gave some, some gave all, right?
Yeah. I always want to acknowledge the people that are still serving or have recently served, and maybe they deal with stuff. I know I've got family members, a brother that's been dealing with PTSD for quite some time. And there's no words. You can't say thank you enough. But once again, thank you.
I will say one thing. People think that, Memorial Day is for those that died. A lot of people's souls died in that moment when they went. My Uncle Dan was a Green Beret in Nam, a tunnel rat. That guy came back. He was not the same man. He was, very different. So definitely. So again, thanks to everybody who serves, and again, thank you, Eric, for making that point in here, buddy. Now let's take our medicine. Let's get into it. Y'all ready? Here we go. So, all right. So this was, like I said, week 4. We'll go ahead and give you a spoiler alert. The Packers lose this game. There were some good things that happened throughout the course of the game. We're going to try to play it with the audio. We'll turn the audio down from time to time, do a little drawing on the screen, see if we can identify what happened. Again, these are not our Chalk Talk segments where we highlight the most important plays. These are the highlights that were picked out by NFL.com. So you'll see some plays that you may, that may seem bigger than they actually are, or were, I should say, in terms of the impact it had on the outcome of the game. But this is just a quick way for us to get a recap and more from a media standpoint as well. I will say this too: the stream may go down anytime that we show copyright material, although we are allowed to use it. Their artificial intelligence, their AI engine at YouTube will detect it, take the stream down, and then it'll bring it right back up. Okay, so no worries about that. You'll be able to watch the show in its entirety when it's over. And if you just stay on the stream, the channel will come back up if it does go down. Sometimes it goes down, sometimes it doesn't. But here we go.
Can we hit a quick comment before we get this underway? So Crystal's in the chat. She's saying, does anyone know when the Packers family week is? I'm assuming she's talking family night. They have not updated it, but it's usually the first weekend in August, if memory serves me right. Last year it was Saturday, August 5th at Lambeau. So I know she's trying to plan here. So that's the best we can do. I would say the first weekend of August is usually what it looks like for family nights. So plan your vacations accordingly. Just wanted to get that out of the way.
No, absolutely. I'm glad you did, because it is important. That's a date that's going to sneak up on us. So if it were to be the same exact week of August 5th, obviously they have it on a Friday night. It would either be August the 2nd or it would be August the 9th this year, because they do it on Friday nights. Am I thinking right, fellas?
Saturday. Last year it was Saturday.
Yeah. Right. Saturday. So it would be the 3rd or the 10th then.
So. I actually went to the first family night ever with my family, and it was awesome. It was really, really cool. So
yeah, it's a really neat event. I've never been there, but I know this. One of my traditions is pulling some strings and trying to find a way to watch the stream, and watching the stream here from the house. And I think it's awesome. I know some people are like, it's a waste of time. It's a practice. Yeah, it's a practice, but it's tradition.
Clayton has like that weird internet where he can just log. I think Clayton's an undercover hacker, is what I think we found out. Because randomly I'll be like, Clayton, I can't find this game on the Wisconsin channels. He's like, here's the link.
Jacob, we're live. We're live right now, Jacob. There's people.
I mean, he never, ever, ever doesn't stream ever.
I could literally pull the news up right now live in India if you guys needed it. We've got connections. I'll just leave it at that. All right. So immediately thought of that video where the guy goes, "Hello, I'm under the water." You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, all right, we're off the rails already. Let's do this. Thanks for pulling that comment up so we can take it back off the rails one more time. Here we go. Week 4, Detroit at Lambeau. I want you to look at this. 13:46 left in the first quarter. 3rd and 11. Defense showed up to play.
Packers rush 5. Goff steps up at the 43-yard line by Rudy Ford. And Ford takes it deep into.
I was talking so much trash in the stands at this moment. I was surrounded by Lions fans, and I loved it. Bam!
You hear what he said? They just sat in zone. Every single interception that the Packers got last year, if I remember correctly, came in zone coverage. And everyone was screaming, we need to play man. So it just seemed like the majority of the explosives you end up giving up is in man coverage. And, of course, like I said, the large majority, if not all, of the turnovers, especially with interceptions, came from zone. So you see here, let's talk about the look they're showing, first of all. It's not quite a shell look because you see Rudy is creeping in. That might not even be Rudy. You've got, I think this may be Rudy here. So they may be in some kind of a big nickel or a dime look. But nonetheless, notice how you're kind of showing single high, right? What it looks like on the surface is deep third, right? You're probably going to have a deep third out here. I don't think they're in quarters. You'll have a deep third there. This guy may drop in as well, and that will turn into quarters. But Rudy is just kind of playing that rat coverage underneath, right? He's just sitting in zone. He's probably playing flat to curl rather than curl to flat would be my guess. So I think you're going to see all these guys just kind of drop back. And again, 4-man rush is all you've got when you can get pressure. Actually, they're showing a 5. Check this out. You're showing Quay over here on the edge playing that wide 9. And again, there may be some kind of a loop here. Typically when they do this, and I haven't watched this ahead of time, usually what they'll do when they've got that wide 9 with Quay is you'll have a lineman hit and then they'll loop off of it, trying to free up a spot. Let's see what happens here. Let's play it in slow motion and kind of see how it unfolds. So what you want to key in on, see what Quay does, watch this edge, also watch the safeties, and see what this guy does here. We want to see if they're playing quarters, cover 3. I'm pretty sure it was just spot drop. It wasn't man or zone match. Let's see what we got here. Roll the tape. So Quay is blitzing. Yep, look, see the loop right there? So they did run a little loop there. Kenny still beat his guy, which is absolutely awesome. This is what I was talking about earlier too. Everybody's saying, yeah, Kenny finally won't be playing the nose. He finally won't be playing the nose. I can't tell. That may be Kenny there, but Kenny did a lot of this year too, right? So when you say he's playing the nose, you're still looking for a one-on-one matchup. And if you draw a double team here, let's say he does get double team blocked, if indeed that is Kenny, look at these singles that you got now, right? And then, of course, you can run that loop that we just talked about. Now let's key in on the safeties here too. Trying to see, that was Devontae Wyatt that beat his guy out there. Check it out. So, yeah. So they end up sliding over and taking Quay and Kenny. Of course, that doesn't help right there, right, fellas? Like
I was going to say, Devontae won the rep, but he just fell right on his face.
He won the rep but lost the battle, right? If that makes sense.
It looks like that Zach Tom video we saw a few years ago.
Exactly. So, yeah, to me, this looks like cover 3. You see you got your post safety. This guy is kind of – it almost looks like a quarters look. We'll see there may be some kind of zone match on the outside here too. So, and I imagine there may be zone match on the outside over there as well. But you see Rudy. He's just reading the quarterback's eyes right here. Keying on Rudy. He's got his eyes on Goff the entire time. Off the back foot. Reads it perfect. Bang. Beautiful interception by Rudy Ford. Keyshawn with a little block there. You love to see it.
I tell you what, though, that angle does make it like kind of it. I wouldn't have thrown that ball. You know what I mean? Like that angle, and it's easy to sit here as a couch quarterback kind of thing. But that's to me
a trip right there. You can see that. Look at that freeze frame.
Yeah.
Where's the freaking flag?
Right.
Blatant trip right there.
True.
Screenshot that and send that to the officiating committee
right now.
Crazy. Look at that.
Let me get him on the phone right now. What the hell are we doing? Hold on. Let me
Emilio, call him up.
Call him up, man.
Get Home Depot on the line, Emilio.
Good God.
Yeah,
don't get more obvious than that. He didn't even try and hide it.
Yeah. What Coach Lynn is talking about here with the bell, quarters are in bell technique. That's a new terminology for me. I heard Greg Cosell talking about it the other day. When you're playing bell, most of the time, and you correct me if I'm wrong, Coach, that it's referring to press bell is what I've heard it as. You press at the line and you're belling out in a deep cover 3. So that's probably what that is there in the bell technique is you're just simply belling out, keeping everything in front of you type thing. So, yeah. But again, you're right. That's a trip. Now, listen, I know we just poked fun at Devontae Wyatt here, but the reality is even though he fell, he causes this interception. This is the pressure that causes Goff. You'll see him. He takes a quick step back, throws off his back foot, and gets to the spot late. If he throws that ball right now and throws that guy open, you may be able to convert it, right? But instead, he feels Devontae, watch him bounce back off the back foot. He ain't stepping into that throw at all.
You know what's crazy? If he hits the out, it's a completion.
Yep.
Look at the out route.
Yeah, good point. Yep, so obviously they cooked up an interception with a huge return and great field position on the opening drive. I remember thinking, man, we really squandered that interception. I don't know if we came away with a field goal or what exactly happened, but we're going to get to it right now, and we'll see what happened on the ensuing drive. Here's a 2nd and 10 play from the 15-yard line. It looks like here. Yeah, actually the 14-yard or the 16-yard line. I apologize.
In the pocket.
Oh, Lord.
That's tough because, again, people will go, hey, this offensive line sucks. He had more than enough time to throw the football. That's on Jordan. Watch the clock down here at the bottom. This is the best way to do it. Watch the clock here. 25 is when the ball snapped, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Took 4 seconds to get him on the ground. That ball's got to come out. 5-step drops. Typically, the ball is out in, I think it's 2.2 seconds. 3-step drops, it's 1.5 to 1.8 seconds. That was just a 3-step drop play. That ball's got to come out in under 2 seconds. Or get out of the pocket, one or the other.
It collapses. Take it down to the 26-yard line. Hayden Hutchinson.
Oh, gosh.
All right, so you end up having to settle for a field goal there, right? So 4-point swing, not the end of the world, but you'd love to see them put 7 on the board right there.
It's so true. And you know what else sticks out about that drive, Clayton?
What's that?
3 passing plays in a row.
That was the part. That's the part.
We are in the red zone, and we don't even attempt to run the ball.
That was the part that aggravated me. I knew there was something about it, like, what the heck are we doing? We didn't even try to run the football. But, yeah, so here we are, 9 minutes left in the first quarter, 3rd and 5 play for the Lions.
Packers on top, 3-0, taking advantage of the interception.
Yeah, well, all kinds of action up front. Look at this twist here. You see all this stunting? Everybody changed positions.
Goff retreats, fires over the middle.
Who was that in coverage?
Valentine?
Was that Valentine?
Nope. Was that Keyshawn or Valentine?
I can't tell.
Goff retreats, fires over the middle.
Keyshawn, I think. Yeah, that was Valentine. That was Keyshawn on that play. Yeah, so, man, they went quick on this next one. I think they actually did go hurry up, if I remember correctly, too. 1st and 10 play, 8:19 left in the first quarter. Goff going to load it up.
Goff. He can get wide open.
God, I hate that play.
St. Brown. Amon-Ra St. Brown for 24 yards. So just like that, 35-24. Lambeau leaped right into the arms of some Lion fans.
Get out of here.
All right, so this is a blown coverage. I don't know why. I could be wrong, but I think this was Rasul Douglas that blows the coverage. But let's watch what happens on the left side here. Looks like a 4-man rush on the surface. We'll see if they fire a cat or a mock here.
It's right here by Green Bay. And look what happens. The
coverage. Yeah, just a 4-man rush. Yep. See him get caught. Is that Jair that got caught biting?
Green Bay.
No, that was Sewell.
Man.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
That's Sewell. Yeah. So on this specific play here, what it's designed, let's try to uncover it here. So, yeah, you're playing a cover 3 here, right? So, supposed to be deep third, and you got one on the outside playing deep third, right? And watch what Sewell does. He just get caught peeking. After the game, if I remember correctly, too, Amon-Ra St. Brown made a comment about this. I don't know if it's on his podcast or what, but he went to Rasul. I know he told Rasul, we set that up all week long. We knew you would bite on that, is what they said. So, because if you watch it, it's just kind of a stutter and go. Watch him. It says stop and go. Right here, stop, roll it outside and go. They knew he would bite on it. So while people were like complaining about the defense being too conservative, to me, what you're seeing is them being too aggressive in the wrong time, in the wrong spots, you know. So, again, blown coverage there. All right, next drive, 1st and 10, 8:11 left in the first quarter. Packers got the ball down 7-3. Let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
Had a really good rookie season.
Another play action pass, Tim. What the heck's going on out here, Bob?
Play action doesn't work if you don't run the ball once in a while.
And look at 96.
Yeah.
Well,
That was
Newman. Newman.
he gets swallowed up that
Hello, Newman.
line.
Now, remember what I said about the last sack? This was totally the opposite. This was Newman getting beat like a drum.
Isaiah Buggs.
All right, so now you're looking at 3rd and 16 because we don't want to run the football. 7:27 left in the first quarter, 3rd and 16, down 7-3.
What an opportunity, really, for him those last 3 years.
3rd and 16.
Plenty of time.
Drop.
Hey, it's Kaylee Cuoco for Priceline. Ready to go to your happy place for a happy price? Well, why didn't you say so? Just download the Priceline app right now and save up to 60% on hotels. So whether it's Cousin Kevin's Kazoo Concert in Kansas City, go Kevin, or Becky's Bachelorette Bash in Bermuda, you never have to miss a trip ever again. So download the Priceline app today. Your savings are waiting.
Go to your happy place for a happy price. Go to your happy price, Priceline.
Have you ever experienced turbulence on a flight and wondered why?
And you can see all the terrain around you. You've got no issue with visibility or anything?
No, everything's peachy.
Maybe you've sat on the tarmac for hours wondering why your plane isn't moving.
Well, we're outside here. They're saying the ramp is closed. They won't let us park because of Air Force One.
Listen in on the conversations between pilots and air traffic controllers on the Air Traffic Out of Control podcast.
510 declaring an emergency. There's smoke in the cabin. I need to make a landing right now on 31 left.
We have the most interesting, wild, and funny ATC recordings you will ever hear. Check out Air Traffic Out of Control wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Come on, bro.
That's just tough, boys. That's tough. I'm over here rubbing my head in case somebody's.
Thank God that shovel was shorter. It would have been picked. Did you see that? How cool?
Would have been pick six.
That was, yeah.
And it's frustrating because we know the defense struggled in the second half of the season. Early in the season, this is what we were talking about. They were playing pretty good ball. Now, luckily, the offense put it together in the second half when the defense absolutely crapped the bed. That way, you see a playoff run, obviously beating the Cowboys in the playoffs. But just tough, man. This is what we're talking about, not playing a complete game, right? Playing what they call complementary football, right, Jacob? It's just defense is solid one game, the offense is off. Offense is good one game, the defense is on, right?
Yeah, I mean, consistency is what we're looking for. I hope that Hafley, that's going to be our biggest bet this year. Is if we can just get some semi-consistency on defense, I think that we have a massive.
It is worth noting, too, although Rasul was he was arguably the best defensive player, the highest graded defensive player before he got traded, right, for the Packers. He is no longer on the team, and that touchdown was his fault, right, blowing a coverage. Maybe it's things like that that with the meetings behind the scenes was, hey, look, we need someone who's going to play consistently in the right spot and not get too aggressive. It could have been the case.
I didn't want to say this in front of Tim because I know that Tim loves Rasul, but as I'm watching these films back, it seems like Rasul was definitely a liability. He does. And I think that it was maybe he's too aggressive in certain situations, which I really like. I love Rasul. I wish we still had him. That being said, it looks like his play was a little bit suspect. It does.
It's real similar to what we were saying about Ja last year. Is kind of just everybody's has an assignment, but we got guys that are kind of going rogue and kind of doing their own thing.
Yeah, definitely. And it's the big thing is inconsistency. That's what it comes down to. Sewell had some great games, just like Ja had some great games. Go watch the Rams game, right? But then you ask, okay, who was the Rams quarterback? And that's where I get quiet. Right? It's like, he either had a really, really good game or he absolutely crapped the bed, right? And that's that inconsistency we're talking about. I think the secondary is going to improve tremendously under Coach Half because that's his specialty, right? And again, Tim, you remember we went through the numbers early in the offseason. We were looking at all the metrics and everything, and the run defense actually got better last year from the year before. The pass defense is what took a step back. So
hopefully they both improve this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Or at least stabilize, right? Give us something.
I would think moving to the 43 should help us a bit in the run game. And then obviously we have the DB whisperer as our DC. So
yeah,
we got a good scenario brewing here in Titletown.
Yeah. Like Coach Lynn said, that's what happens when you don't trust the scheme. Amen. If they don't, and it's obvious they did not buy into the scheme last year. They didn't. That was the frustrating part for me because I'm watching the tape back going, bro, that's not on the coordinator. That's
probably why we didn't go up one more year with Joe Barry.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's 3 years and they still didn't buy in. It's time to move on.
Remember halfway through the season, Tim, we got to the point where I said, all right, we got to make a move. They're just not responding. They are not playing within the scheme. They're just not doing it. Whether you like the scheme or not. Listen, I think every scheme's got its positives. Every scheme's got its negatives. It comes down to the players on the field and how well you coach them up. That definitely fell on Barry, no doubt about it, because these guys were just not – they were not getting the most out of these players. There's no two ways about it. So, all right, 3rd and 3 play, Lions ball, 6:26 left in the first quarter, still down 7-3.
People are like, man, I want to play for that guy. That kind of approach.
I wanted to bite off your kneecaps.
So obviously another play there on the crosser. That was one of those plays too, and I don't want to spend too much time dissecting every single play. But if I remember correctly, there were several times that guys were playing man. There'd be 1 or 2 people playing man coverage, and everyone else on the field was playing zone. And it's like, okay, that's not in the playbook there. All right, 1st and 10. Detroit still up 7-3. Next play. Little orbit motion.
And the ball off inside Gig Montgomery.
Tough. So pretty good gain there. 1st and 10, 4:23 left. Ooh, I don't even care what the play is. Watch Kenny right here, guys. He's going to be playing a 1-tech. Watch Kenny come off the ball here. Look how fast he's off that ball, man. And I'm sure that's Ragnow, right? Their stud center. Look at him just getting dog walked.
Yeah, but
my gosh,
he ends up overtaking him. Yeah.
So obviously, Jared Goff with a huge gain there, scrambling left. Let's see if that's man coverage or not, real quick. I'd like to know because typically that happens in man coverage. Let's see if they're playing man or if they're just playing spot drop and people lose sight of the quarterback. Let's go slow motion here, real quick.
Looks like slot press there on the bottom.
You're definitely playing press. That's Sewell in the slot. Savage is on the outside here with the tight end. That looks like man coverage to me. Yeah,
that's even jam them though. That's weird.
Yes, that's press man.
Right. Now, so what is the logic if you're playing press man and you're not going to get contact after within the 5 yards? I don't understand why we're not jamming these guys up.
Exactly. And go ahead, Jake.
No, I just like Tim just said. It just seems weird to me that like we're playing press man, we're coming up on him, but we're not going to put our hands on him. We're just basically let him run off the line. It's a foot race after that.
Yeah, and for those people, to the best of my knowledge, what this looks like here is what I call goose. It's zero. It's zero blitz. Like this is you are saying we need no safeties up top. Yep. Yeah. There you go. Coach Lynn said it. Cover zero. So I know the common theme is Joe Barry just plays too vanilla. This is what I've seen all year, man. You're talking blitzing the freaking house, and everybody is man. It's going to be some catch man in here, right? A little press up top. They're pressing the slot. Sav's playing catch man in case they do some kind of switch concept so he doesn't get lost. So you're blitzing the hell out of him. The problem is, and this is what you've seen in the New York Giants game too, you rush right past the passer. Watch this side of the field. Imagine there's a contain over here. Imagine somebody is responsible for keeping the quarterback from scrambling to the left, right? Watch what happens on this edge over here. More specifically, Preston Smith, and I think that might be Colby Wooden next to him or Devontae Wyatt. Watch this. There's nobody there. Devontae Wyatt ends up on the ground. Preston is running a little stunt, right? A TE stunt.
Yep.
And it's just
nobody's holding the edge at all.
And here's the problem. You're playing man coverage. Your eyes are on your work. Your eyes are on your work. Everybody is playing man coverage focused on their receiver that they're covering. When you're playing spot drop, you're sitting in a zone. Your eyes, you're covering your guy and keeping an eye on the quarterback, right? You're watching the quarterback through your responsibility. And that's how he just gets that wide open to run the ball. So I'm glad we took a second to break that down because that's exactly what happened. Cover zero. Rudy Ford obviously prevents the touchdown there, but that's tough, man. All right. Next play, 2nd and goal, 2:58 left. I'm sure this is probably in touchdown territory now, so we'll kind of roll the tape here for a second.
2nd and goal.
Just too easy, man. Too easy. And again, I don't like to take a lot of time breaking plays like that down because they're inside the 5. I mean, what are you going to do, right? They're going to jam this thing in most likely. So Packers get the ball back down 14-3, 1:33 left in the first quarter. It's a 3rd and 3 play.
It's right. It's over the middle.
That's that inaccuracy we talked about, right, in the first half of the season. You had Dobbs wide open. I mean, he's running butt naked through the trailer park.
It's right.
That's tough.
Yep.
So, and again, fix the accuracy in the second half of the season, and you've seen it came together. This, to me, looks like a slot cross. It's either a slot cross or a drive concept, right? With a drive concept, you got 2 guys coming across the field in the same direction. With a slot cross, it's a crosser with a backside dig, right? That's what it kind of looks like to me. This looks like this was the backside dig. I could be wrong unless we wrote it back. And this is the result of the crosser. Again, just overthrows Romeo Dobbs.
It's over the middle to
Lucky it wasn't picked, to be honest with you.
I almost picked and
All right, Detroit gets the ball back 14-3. You see how the offense is struggling, right? 14-3, 1st and 10 play still in the first quarter. Like Coach Lynn said, that throw is automatic later in the year, no doubt.
Touchdown, short drop. Throw is one-handed and
Carrington Ballantyne in coverage. And again, that looked like man. Let's roll it back just to make sure. I'm pretty sure it was man coverage. You could tell the game plan was, hey, let's get physical. Let's press. Let's press, right? Roll tape. Yeah, definitely man coverage. And again, remember what Aaron always said, if I look out there and I see the back of the jersey, if I can read the numbers, I'm throwing that ball 100% of the time. I'm going to put it right past their ear. That's what happens here.
short drop.
That's a good throw, too. You got to give him credit.
Yeah.
And that is
But again, man coverage, you like to see aggressiveness. I get it. But it's very, very vulnerable to explosive plays, no doubt. 1st and 10 here, later that drive for the Lions. Oh, the chicanery.
Raymond turns around.
Oh my God.
Raymond. He goes deep into Green Bay territory. Rudy Ford finally knocks him down.
I promise you, as soon as they seen, hey, they came back to the sideline after the first couple drives. They look at the play arts. They're getting the images from upstairs. They're looking on the tablet, right? I guarantee you, they're going, hey, they're playing press man. You want to know a way you can cook press man? Go a little reverse, because everybody's focused on their work. Nobody's focused on, all right, let's go grab our gap. Let's make sure we contain this jet sweep, this reverse. So, all right, 3rd and goal for the Lions. Obviously got them pushed back here. The defense did something to push them back to around the 15-yard line. 3rd and goal from the 15, up 14-3.
So 3rd down and goal. You got Montgomery split all the way to the left.
For 3-man rush. Drop the D tackle back too.
Top of the screen.
Oh, boy.
Stop under pressure, fires, and it's
Love it.
complete.
Isn't it amazing? You got cooked in man coverage, and then you stop. You start playing a spot drop, keep everything in front of you, and the explosive start or stop rather.
2-possession lead. Roger Patterson bangs that one through with ease.
All right, so 17-3, Lions lead. Any comments up to this point, fellas?
Yeah, we played 16 minutes of football and we're down 17-3. That's my comment.
Some teams only score 17 points the entire game. And what's crazy is if you turned on this game, Tim, Jacob, same thing. If you turn on this game and you hadn't watched any of you 17-3, you go, this damn defense, wouldn't you? That's what you'd be complaining about.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
But
That's right.
when you go back and actually watch what happened, the offense was just crap in the bed after the defense gifted you that turnover deep in the other.
And we all know the Detroit defense is no joke. So if you're going to come out and literally basically you're telling that good defense, yeah, we're not running the ball today.
Right.
We're just going to throw. I mean, they're going to pin their ears back.
Yep, definitely. 1st and 10, down 17-3, 14 minutes left in the second quarter. Here's the Packers ball.
Oh, not a run. Oh yeah. There we go.
This is where I lost. This is where I lost my mind, because I remember being so upset. We're not running the ball. This is 1st and 10 from your 10-yard line. From your 10-yard line. And you run a deep play action drop and going to throw it right across the middle of the field.
Play action.
So frustrating.
It really
So
is.
if we're looking at the TV copy here, left to right. So I'm in the north end zone to the left, sitting on about the pylon. And I remember watching this, like, are we even going to see the Packers on this side of the field at all this quarter? And I don't think it happened. And it's plays like that are exactly why.
Definitely.
That same Packer defense out there, second down and goal. Keep it on the ground. Through the middle. There it goes again. Montgomery for 6.
Now, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the game where they interviewed Matt before he went in the locker room, and he said, I want to see some fight. I want to see him fight, is what he said. And I do remember by the end of the game thinking they didn't tuck their tail and run.
That's correct. And the final score is pretty deceiving. It doesn't reflect the boat race that took place. That they did have a little fight in them.
Definitely. All right, next drive, 2nd and 13, 6:56 left in the second quarter. A little gun flex wing here, a little pistol flex wing, actually.
Pistol this time.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Remember what I said about the drop, too. Let's see how many step drop this is, okay? 1, 2, 3. The ball's got to come out.
Yeah, it's got to come out.
Less than 2 seconds. Got to. And people go, well, maybe nobody was open. What is this?
Dobby, you can hit the swing to the flat, too.
Yep, exactly. And this is one of those, what we call T lead swings. This is a lead blocker for the swing pass. Yep. Matt called this about 8 times in the first 4 weeks of the season, and Jordan never threw it.
Never. It's just like the wrist to the right, too. It's like a shovel pass almost. You don't even really have to throw it.
Yeah. So he's got 2 places he can go with the ball here. 3-step drop. He just holds it too long.
Down he goes at the.
And I know people would dog Rasheed Walker for that sack, but again, I'm pretty sure that was Rasheed playing left tackle right there. That's on the QB right there. You had 2 options. Yeah. So, all right. Lions ball, 2nd and 6, 4:57 left in the second quarter.
He's added his own style to that. 2nd and 6. Caught. Fighting his way to keep get to the.
All right. 3rd and 1.
3rd and a yard.
See, and Detroit's pounding that run. Look, they're pounding that run, which we didn't do all day in this game.
We have Hollins on the edge there. I'm sorry. Hollins is on the edge. Oh, weird. Savage diving to miss a tackle.
Yeah, and I'm sure someone will get upset that we're pointing out that Darnell Savage is missing yet another tackle again. Probably shouldn't watch these segments if you're going to get mad when you see Darnell Savage miss a tackle, because it's coming, I promise you. Look at that. That is not how they teach tackle.
He not only rambled, but he rumbled and stumbled.
That's tough look.
That's caught.
And Keyshawn.
Dancing his way for
and Ballantyne. The old trifecta. All right, 1st and 10 for the Lions. We're in the middle 8, 2:51 left in the second quarter.
Go 5 wide on this set.
Ooh.
That's what I'm talking about with Devontae, bro. Like all year long, he beats. This is what we're talking about. He was 22nd in the league in pressure percentage. He just can't. He hasn't been able to finish with the tackle, whether it's the sack or on a running play.
I feel like that's coachable, though. Can you bring that back for a second? Mm-hmm. Like if he just keeps his hands up and runs through this play. You know what I mean? Like he's trying to go for the tackle. Just keep your hands up and pursue.
Right. Yeah. And again, I think there's a lot to work with. The most difficult thing for a defensive lineman to accomplish is to be able to win in his pass rush, right? He's got that down. We just got to work on this aspect of his game, like you said.
Yep. Yeah. What do you do once you beat that old lineman, you know? Yeah. Now what?
I hope Coach Lynn's right, man. Wyatt makes that play this year. If he does, Wyatt's going to be a 10-sack defensive lineman, no doubt.
I can't wait to see him working with Coach Ogabasi. It's going to be great.
No doubt.
That sack fires, reaching up.
Hell of a catch by Laporta there. All right, 1st and 10, 2-minute warning.
The halftime first down here from the 35-yard line.
Oh, look. Another 20-yard run.
All right, 41 seconds left, 3rd and 6 play.
The extra time, 3rd and 6.
There we go. So defense got another stop. There you go.
Ronnie Patterson came over and he trade. with the Jaguars, and that kick is good just inside the left arm.
Insert Matt LaFleur's comment. As soon as this, I want to see some fight. I want to see us fight. 1st and 10, 34 seconds left in the second quarter. You got to be careful here. What I'm thinking, if I'm a coach here, gang, let's get in the locker room, please.
Yeah, take the knee.
Part of the inside. Can't wait to get rolling. That time they stop him. Packer fans haven't witnessed.
12 seconds left, 3rd and 5. I'm not sure what we're doing right now.
Very many first halves like this. Love.
I guess the only thing I can think of here, Clayton, is maybe he's trying to get Jordan into some kind of a rhythm since we didn't really have one.
That's a good point. That's a very fair point, Tim. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we know they're going to be playing soft right now. Let's just get a couple completions under our belt.
Hammer some of these throws and just get your arm feeling good and a little bit going into half. That's the only thing I could think of.
Yeah, absolutely. If you guys would, if you're enjoying this type of content, do us a quick favor. Take just a second, hit that like button for us so other Packer fans can find this channel, find this content. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us. When you hit that like button, it boosts the algorithm and puts it on other people's homepage. But we thank y'all so much for joining us this evening. 3 seconds left. I'm assuming this is going to be a Hail Mary. They're in a little bunch set. Looks like Dobbs is probably singled out by himself to the left, I imagine.
Final play of the half, barring the defensive foul. Love. Want
to see anybody?
That's tough. I think that was the reporter just now. I heard that female voice. I think it was her talking about what LaFleur said. But so here we are, the opening drive in the second half. It appears, I don't know, maybe we got them to go 3 now. I can't remember who had the opening possession of the second half, but Packers ball, 1st and 10, down 27-3.
Penalties from his team. He wants to see more discipline and more action from his run game.
Look at that. Another play action on 1st and 10.
How many? I think we ran the ball 3 times up to this point. Nobody's biting on the play action.
Hey, there you go. Christian Watson butt naked, though, boy. Running. I mean, he is wide open. Great.
Here's a guy.
Watson. And finally, a big play from the Packers.
All right. 2nd and 10, 11:50 left in the third quarter, still within the middle 8 here, down 27-3. There you go.
Oh, we got it to Jones in space and something good happened. Look at that. What a concept.
What a weird play.
Yeah, and now 3rd and 15. We're backed up again. I don't know what happened, but we're
penalty.
back.
It was a penalty. I think it was a false start.
Got it. That makes sense. So 3rd and 15, 27-3. Trailing here 27-3.
15.
Little dog blitz. Dump it off on the Y screen.
See, good job by Jordan there, getting it out quick, throwing into the teeth of the pressure because, there's daylight behind it. That was a good play there by QB1.
Yep. Now we're in an empty set, 4th and 9. Getting late in the game, you just got to start going for it, right?
They need 7. Can they get it? Love fires.
There you go. Romeo Dobbs, man, he's so clutch in those tough situations.
2-yard line.
Really is.
Romeo Dobbs to make it a 1st and goal.
All right, 2nd and goal, 8:22 left. It's going to be a little read option or RPO look. What we got here?
Play fake, pass, wide open, touchdown, Christian Watson.
Like that play call. Let's watch it real quick. Giggity. So you got a little isolation out top, right? If you look up here, you got man coverage, right? And I believe what they run here, if I remember correctly, I can't remember the concept name, but this is essentially going to be a flat with a slant or a dig off of it. So you're just trying to get a little human pick here. You're trying to get those defenders to run at each other. See it? Beautiful play call. Beautiful.
Great job by Scoot knowing where he is, too.
Absolutely.
Look at that. Look at that control right there. Great work.
The arm angle. You see that? The arm angle?
Let's check it out. Let's geek out. We ain't got much to geek out over on this this highlight reel. So let's make sure we check it out. Let's go slow motion on it too.
It's a dart.
Hey, to add dramatic effect, let's get the announcers in slow motion too. You ready for this? Here we go.
Play fake, pass, wide open.
Finally got a tutter.
I wish you guys, it sounded like Al Michaels was in the bottle there at 50%.
He had a bourbon and a steak during this game. He had that Ron Swanson dinner.
Yeah, watch a little miscommunication there from the Detroit defenders.
There's that arm angle you're talking about, Jacob. Look at this.
Pretty easy for Love. Yes.
Humming that tater.
Hello?
All right. 2-point try, down 27-9. Let's see if we can make it 27-11.
Situation, all he needed was an extra point after a touchdown to win the game, which they did.
Oh, yeah.
Caught back in the end zone. Jaden Reed.
So here's that fight we were talking about. We're clawing back, trying to stay in this game here in the third quarter.
Just make it respectable, right?
Yep.
2nd and 5 for the Lions, up 27-11, 2:25 left in the third quarter.
2nd and 5. Play action.
That is a coverage sack, ladies and gentlemen. Look at Carl Brooks getting in here.
And we may have to kill the audio. I think the stream just got suspended.
All right, it'll be all right. We'll keep this thing rolling. Like I said, guys, if you're still in here, if you can hear my voice, it'll come back up in a second.
Brooks. Trying to go quickly.
All right. So, obviously, huge sack there. Packers get the ball back 27-11. They are trailing 1st and 10 play. We are on Rumble as well, fellas.
Here, but they're going to run out of time unless they say the clock didn't go to.
Let's go.
Great ball, Jordan Love.
And Jaden is so good at tracking balls on those deep throws, man. Let's see if we can figure out what the play call was here. We'll just stick to the right side. You got 3. You got Dontavian Wicks as the 1. Jaden Reed's the 2. I believe that's Christian Watson is the 3. Remember what we talked about last night, what you're seeing across the NFL? The 1 is typically your good route runner / possession guy. Your 2 and your 3, typically your 3 is your speed. So they got the speed in the 3 with Christian Watson, but obviously this is going to be a deep route from Jaden Reed. Remember the last game against New Orleans? Remember the game there, or the play late in the game, fellas, where they hit on the dagger concept, where it was basically a short in, and then they had Reed kind of faded out into a 9 fade. Let's see if that's what this is right here. Let's check it out. Yep, that's exactly what it was.
Yep.
See, 9 fade. So basically they ran another dagger concept. It's carrying over from the New Orleans game. They love this concept because Jordan's got the arm strength to throw it. And I'm telling you, Jaden Reed did this at Michigan State, especially out of the Z.
This is another one of those throws that we were referring to throughout last season, especially early when he was struggling. You see an absolute dime piece right here from Jordan, kind of in the mix of some of those underthrown or overthrown balls, or some of those balls that were early or late. And then in between all of that, we see throws like this, and it's where you kind of see the flashes early in the year as we progress.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, 5x 300 games. Thank you, buddy. We appreciate it. Yeah, we know the stream's going to go down. It'll come back up. Again, it's catching copyright, and it'll come right back up because we are allowed to use the content. It's just the AI grabbing it and shutting the stream down. Thank you for hopping over to Rumble and letting us know, though, buddy. Appreciate you. That's an absolutely perfect throw, though, Jacob. This is the stuff that gets me excited about Jordan Love. He had inaccuracies. He had, mental mistakes in the first half. But then you see this kind of throw right here, bro. This is on the money.
I mean, yeah, as much as I think that it's good for Jordan Love, this is Jaden Reed doing that, like, across his body catch.
Yep.
We watched it the previous game where it was like, again, I talked about it. I watched it live and I was like, oh my God, he's not going to catch it. And then he dives like,
and it's really good coverage. I mean, I don't want to say he's got him beat by a step. He's got him beat by like a stride.
Yeah, no. And
so there's not much separation, not much margin of error.
The only way that Reed makes that catch is because he's literally willing to dive and put his body on the line. That is right. Unbelievable.
Also, he does a great job bending, how he'll bend outside last second, late hands. Go ahead, Tim.
Oh, I was just going to say the other thing about Jordan on that throw. I don't know if you caught that. We always talk about how great he is, on an off foot or without being planted off platform throws. That he had the back foot in the dirt, toe in the dirt there, planted, and that was a dimer.
Absolutely. All right, another empty set. You got trips left, actually Trey left, and then you've got that would be your X there. This is your boundary T. So he's playing T boundary is Aaron Jones. So you showed 11 personnel, which triggers their nickel, and then you go to an empty look. All right, let's see what the play is here. Let's crank it up again.
Of the screen, covering the slot, 2nd and goal.
Oh, a little quarterback draw. You ain't getting that with 12.
Love's going to keep it himself. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Oh, that was the highlight of my night.
Yeah. Was that on your end? It was.
I believe that was on my end, I think.
Linebackers here, you see 55 Barnes. He hits heads already.
No. Yep, that is. This is right in front of. Yeah, we were basically on the pylon of that end zone.
Beautiful play call by LaFleur. He knows, all right, they're just kind of playing soft coverage now. They're going to be dropping back. Let's run some quarterback draws.
For coverage, you rush 3.
This was where everyone in the stadium thought, okay, here we go.
Right.
We came back against New Orleans. Let's go.
Definitely. 2-point try, 14:52 left in the game, up 27-17.
Jones is the back.
Ooh, little speed option. Fumbled, didn't he? Yeah, short anyway.
John Kaminsky saved.
So I think this was a speed option here is what they were trying to run. And again, you don't get this with Aaron Rodgers. So essentially what this play is designed to do, quarterback takes the ball, you start right, the running back goes with you. If the edge, the conflict defender goes with the running back, then you just run it in yourself or try to run it in yourself. If the conflict defender attacks you, then you just pitch the ball to the running back. That's what you call a speed option. See how they're ready to kick it. Now, look at, I think that's Aiden Hutchinson. See how he goes with the running back? Jordan keeps it. It wasn't Aiden, by the way. All right, down by 10.
I like what Wicks was doing there, too. Kind of like half running a route, half ready to block.
Right, yeah. Trying to sell the route, but make sure that you pick up your blocking assignment, too. Definitely. All right. Lions lead 27-17, 14:52 left in the game.
Little flip out in the flat, Montgomery, and he takes it for a gain close to 9. Almost perfect balance for that Lion offense.
1st and 10, 13:44 left.
It's 26 runs, 25 passes. This will make it 26 and 26.
See how the play action works when you run the ball?
Right. 1st and 10, 13:05 left. So here they go right back down the field.
Handed off Montgomery. Running backs drafted in the 1st round.
Man.
Con.
LVN bit on the fake there, but he recovered pretty nice back to the flat.
Yeah. 1st and 10, 11:05 left.
Running backs drafted in the 1st round.
Yeah, LVN bit big time right there.
Yeah. Tried to get back out, but yeah.
All right, 3rd and goal, 6:46 left in the game. Got to get a stop here if you're going to have any kind of shot.
They blocked at 3. Ball is handed off and stopped at the 1.
All right, they're going to go for it, try to add insult to injury here. 27-17 going for it on 4th and goal.
Handed off.
Punch it in.
Into the end zone. Goes Montgomery. What they call them.
All right. Next drive down 34-17, 2nd and 5, 5:39 left. Jordan Love with the ball.
The Milwaukee group or the Southern Wisconsin group, this is one of their 2 games.
As a conversion to Romeo Dobbs. It's story time for Al Michaels right now. I apologize. All right, here we come out in a dub set, 2-by-2. 1st and 10 play, 4:34 left, down 34-17.
Rookie, right. 4.5. It's a pacifier.
Load it up.
And that is wrestled for and caught.
So Toure goes over top of Jerry Jacobs, somehow pulls that ball away from him.
That's kind of what we're talking about, guys, with Toure. That might be some trade bait there. You know, you're not going to carry 7 or 8 receivers, right? So that's he's put some pretty good stuff on tape from time to time, man.
And stays in bounds for a completion because a young.
All right, 1st and 10, 4:26 left.
Group of receivers has been a very important call to this offense.
Meanwhile, back to action.
2nd and 5.
2nd and 5. Love going to his left.
Ooh. Jacob, are you still with us, sir? He stepped away. Jacob said, "I'm done."
He went to the concession stand. He grabbed another daddy soda.
This is definitely a miscommunication here between Jordan Love and the receiver.
Back to action. 2nd and 5. Love.
I mean, there is, you've seen Dobbs. Dobbs kind of started to sit and then broke off and was running a little corner route. And Love expected him to sit down, so he just turned it loose. Interception.
To his left, has that picked off at the 5-yard line.
I'm still here. I was muted.
He was over pouring his heart out.
Hey, Torre. Hey, I'm just saying, Torre. He put some stuff on film.
He did, man. I'm telling you, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody comes calling.
2nd of his career, right there. Montgomery.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I got to know who just got killed over there. Who got stiff-armed? Who was that? That Isaiah McDuffie? Yep.
Oh, my God. He got shoulder barred.
It was tough.
Less than 4 to go.
There we go.
I think that was Kenny and Watt. Who was it?
That was a coverage sack all day.
No doubt. I think that was Kenny that ended up breaking through. Or was it? No, Devontae Wyatt. Wyatt moves really, really fast, man. Really fast.
You beat Kansas City at Arrowhead and go to Lambeau and win, and you're on everybody's board.
Could not get away.
Ability to play in the interior finishes it off.
That pass is caught here on the outside. Dobbs.
All right. I don't know why, but we're trying a 50-yard field goal here, 4th and 7.
Why
Let's
not?
See what
right?
Yeah, get the kicker some practice.
Anders Carlson to try to get it to 34 to 20.
Looked pretty good to me from 50.
Sure did. Plenty of leg.
Montgomery.
Oh my gosh.
Over 100.
So tough.
To the 31.
For Green Bay, a lot of ups and downs growing with him at quarterback.
3rd down and 5. Goff.
Jeez.
Complete.
It's going on up front there with him.
All right.
The lead. Haven't needed much.
And that is a pissed off Matt LaFleur right there, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you.
He went to bed with his piss hot that night.
Oh, you know it, man. No doubt. So, it's a tough one to watch, man. No doubt. But I'm glad we went back and kind of checked it out too, because it just shows you inconsistency with Jordan Love early in the year. Jayden Reed maximized his opportunities, obviously made a huge clutch catch when they were trying to get back in the game. Romeo Dobbs showed up. Those are the two players on defense for me that were really the highlight or on offense rather, that showed up. On defense, Rudy Ford obviously had the interception. So outside of that, you had Devontae Wyatt applying pressure from time to time, although he did miss a sack, missed an opportunity there in one game or one play there throughout the game. But let's go to the box score real quick and just take a look. Offensively, Jordan Love was 22 of 36, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions with a rating of 69.9. Aaron Jones, 5 carries, 18 yards.
Oh my gosh.
Dylan, 5 carries. What's up?
We're in rushing, right? Circle the team. I wish we could draw on the screen. Look at the carries for Detroit and look at the carries.
Yeah,
for
that's
Green
the
Bay.
tape right there, bro. So basically, Detroit ran the ball 43 times for 211 yards. We ran it 12 times for 27.
Not gonna get it done. Not when you're running play action all day with no run support.
Yeah, might as well just run a drop back game, right?
Yep,
Nobody's
exactly. Or go empty, go shotgun, whatever.
Yeah. And you see, though, Romeo Dobbs, 9 catches for 95 yards on 13 targets, had a pretty good game. Jayden Reed averaged 18.3 yards per catch. He had 3 grabs for 55 yards. So those two guys showed up, no doubt. Christian Watson had the touchdown. He had 2 catches for 25 yards. On the defensive side of the ball, Quay Walker, 19 tackles. That second half, though, I seen him miss 3 tackles just on the highlight reel, right? So sometimes those tackle numbers can be a little bit misleading, but nonetheless, he led the team with 19 tackles. Isaiah McDuffie had 9 tackles. Quay also had 1 tackle for a loss. Let's see here. As far as sacks, Devontae Wyatt had a sack and a quarterback hit and 2 tackles for a loss. So he had a pretty good ball game there. Carl Brooks with a sack, a tackle for a loss, and a pass deflection, as well as a quarterback hit. So had a pretty good game there. You start to see Carl Brooks kind of rising to the occasion. Rudy Ford with the interception, the only turnover that the Packers forced on the day. Specials, Keyshawn Nixon had one return for 34 yards. Pretty good there. Actually, it was a punt return. On kick return, 5 returns for 116 yards, an average of 23.2. Anders Carlson was 2 for 2 on the day. At this point in the season, guys, we were not worried about Anders Carlson, were we? I mean, I think he's perfect up to this point, if I remember correctly.
It's kind of like Bates said in the chat a few minutes ago. He was saying he's not really worried about Anders on the 50-yarders. It's the extra points that had issues with him.
Definitely. And then, of course, punting, Daniel Whelan, 5 punts for 259 yards. He averaged 51.8, didn't have any touchbacks, none inside the 20, and a long of 57. So there you go. That was Packers Lions week 4. Let's wrap this big bear up. Jacob, what's your big takeaway there, man? Tough game to watch, I know.
Yeah, I mean, it was. It's a hard game to watch, but we learned exactly what we do well and what we don't do well. And I think it was just a learning experience. I mean, we watched what Love did. It was actually kind of weird to see the running back kind of situation there. I think that our new running backs are going to be able to capitalize maybe more in that situation than our running backs of old. So I am hopeful. I really am. I don't think that this Packer team walks into that game and loses. That's what I'll say.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a great point. Very well said. Tim?
Yeah, I'm this is one of those things I remember when we were doing the streams last year, and we were talking about Coach LaFleur and some of the calls and adjusting a little too late or not adjusting and just sticking with the same kind of concepts. And then, of course, middle of the season towards the end of the year, we saw LaFleur, in his bag, as they say, and was really calling brilliant games, with the play sheet. So I think that kind of shot us in the foot a little bit at home. Like I said, I felt like we could have mixed in the run a little more, would have helped us with the deception on some of that play action. You're running play action, naked boots with, no run game. We're lucky Jordan didn't get, I'm not even going to say it, but yeah. So clearly we're not going to see that. And I think a lot of that had to do with, we talked about them, new look that year. Last year we had a lot of new guys, new faces, young players, LaFleur trying to figure out his weapons and his pieces. And I think a lot of that was trying to establish some sort of a rhythm in the pass game. And it just never came to fruition. And then, as the season kind of progressed, we leaned on the run a little bit, got those patented, 2 to 4 yard carries consistently from AJ Dillon and some of the guys. And, sometimes just doing that, just being able to run the ball for positive yardage, here and there can help you with your passing game. So, I think going into this year, I think Matt LaFleur is going to be calling some beautiful games with the weapons we have and the beefed up offensive line as well. So a lot to look forward to this year.
Got it. Love it. All right, guys. So there you go. Like I said, Packers, Detroit, and I'm getting a notification from YouTube. So if I'm reading this correctly, this could be actually a strike. So I don't know if their policy recently changed, but it's amazing how this type of, we've done it all year long, and they've approved us to be able to show the highlights. We might have to discontinue showing the highlights for a bit to see what we need to do next. Because, of course, it just says read this article. So they're not going to say, hey, you're not allowed to use NFL highlights, although we have approved you using NFL highlights. So we'll take a look at it and see to adjust. So, but all right, we're out of here, guys. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. If we could continue to do this type of content, we definitely will. I just, I don't really know what to do except, when you can't get a straight answer as to what you are and are not allowed to use, it makes it a little tough. So we may, like I said, discontinue the highlights. But nonetheless, we'll be back tomorrow night, PTA Live. If something ever happens to YouTube, you guys know you can find us on Rumble. You can find us on Twitter. Email us, PackersTotalAccess@gmail.com. Text us, 865-658-5824. We'll make sure that we get you plugged into the stream no matter where we end up. But appreciate everybody hanging out. Y'all have a wonderful evening. As always, let's go out and be the change we want to see in the world. And go, Pack, go.
The power sweep actually is the lead play in our offense. We ask our YN or a tight end to open up somewhere between 6 feet and 9 feet to get an isolation with the linebacker. Tell the tackle to take the defensive end if he's over him. If he's not, to drive down on the first man to his inside. If the YN has the linebacker taken out, he cuts inside. If the YN has the linebacker in, he comes all the way around. If you look at this play, what we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here, and try to run this play in the alley.